Okay. We are back again. Hello all, hello world. It's been a couple days. Um, this is day 204 of studying compilers every day until I land a compiler role. Um, yes, this past weekend I've just been like dealing with, I guess, making sure all my schoolwork was done and good to go. And then yesterday I had GCASR, which was a systems themed, I guess, conference slash workshop. It was a good time. Yeah, overall, I think that was very well spent. Time very well spent. But yeah, it is time to get back to compiler work. Let's get Skill. It's good to see you. Last stream, what did we do last stream? We supposedly finished up the expressions and the instructions in the rewrite. This time, hopefully we can get all of the remaining glue work done, and everything is, yeah, hopefully everything will be good to go by the end of all that. I just took a linear algebra final and gotten a total of 7 hours of sleep. Damn, that is rough. I thought I was feeling sleep deprived, but that is like, that might be a little bit worse, if not even like categorically worse. I hope you get to catch up on sleep at some point. It's pretty important. Okay, where was I? Status, git log. Okay. Yeah, okay. So we did some more stuff in here. What am I looking for to MIR? Yeah, okay. Yeah, today's early. What's up, Ezra? Yeah, I have somewhere to be at 7, and then working backwards from that, that means I probably got to go to the gym around like 5 or so, which means I need to fit in the stream somewhere, which means it's got to be here, unfortunately. So, yeah, that is kind of a resultant effect of all of this. Last final tomorrow, and then I'm home free. Nice. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of finals, right? Like that's the life. I don't know. I think school is a lot of just like waiting for stress, right? Like the average case really isn't that bad, but like there are like really bad waves of stress at least. Yeah. As long as you're like making time for yourself, that's a good thing. Okay. I remember why I didn't do this last time. Yeah, we've got a lot of to-dos to look at, and a lot of this is just annoying work, and I don't really want to do that. So, yeah. Let's see, how do we make parameters again? So let's just... this is... Yeah, how did I do this before? Oh, no, I don't want live captions. No. Windows, please. Just leaving to walk my dog before it rains? Yeah, I feel ya. It's like, I don't know, the clouds here, like, they look like we're on the verge of getting some rain. What the Sorry, one of my classes just had one of the funniest comments I've seen in a second. I don't think I should share like class materials, but it's like if you're team I, please review team I plus 3 mod 16 and I plus 5 mod 16. Like, what are we doing? Just in the thick of it? Yeah. I mean, the nice thing is like once you're through all of it, like you will feel like you will feel kind of unstoppable, right? Like anytime you get another course load and like you think it's bad, you can like think back to this and you're like, damn, I got through that. I can get through this as well, and it's like light work. Okay, this is what we did. So we wanna. What type is this? This is a front end type. So we want to make a new type. This is param type to mir, and then let's actually just yoink that line actually. Yeah, so we make a variable. Yeah, we don't need to make a scope for this, I think. We probably want to add it to the scope mapping in some way though. Let's see. This is probably what, like the global scope? Or this would be like scope 0 maybe. So I think, yeah, I think we should. When do we call make params actually? Yeah, so this is before visiting the body. So that means this should be in like scope 0. What part of your school year are you in right now? We're past roughly midterms week. Like this is the time when like registration starts picking up. So, yeah, I don't have any exams, so I have it a little bit light, but we've got like other work to do, so that's kind of how it be. Okay, let's do all of this stuff. So we have param. Yeah, so we want to make the allocate in the store. Yeah, we want to do that for SSA related reasons. Yeah, so this works. Do I need value mappings and type mappings? I forget what I had. It's been a second. Okay, so we have scope binding types. Oh man, this is so messy. Yeah, we've got all the visitors. What's up, Aiden? Wait, so what am I doing here? I leave the code base for 3 days and I immediately forget everything I've written. What am I mapping to what? Okay, so these are all function stuff, so we don't care about those. So it's these, or this one, it's not an expert, so we don't care. So it's just these two then. Yeah, we want scope bindings and scope binding types. So scope bindings. Oh wait, this needs to be to mir visitor. That thing. So what goes into this again? What type is this? This is okay, so we want back for both of these. So thankful I did a research master's? Yeah. Honestly, like at some point I was like, I don't want to write a thesis anymore and I just want to be done. But then I like thought about it more and I was like, I don't want to take the classes either. So like the thesis is definitely the more interesting of the two. Also just like research is pretty fun. I think the biggest thing I learned just from like this past weekend is that like the research community really is just like a bunch of really cool people. And I think like that's kind of the big thing I've been missing from it. Cause I don't know, I've kind of like compartmentalized that sort of part of my academics into its own little box, but I've never really like engaged in it too much beyond just like talking to my advisor and being like, I did X thing, and then my advisor is like, cool. So yeah, I think that's at least been very rewarding for me at least. Okay, so this is, we want param name to, we want an ID here. Actually, can we just param name get value? Let's paste like that. So this gets allocate get, and then this gets type, right? What type is this? Oh man, this is param type. And then we have to like clone this thing. Wait, what? Oh, git. Nice. Okay, that's very clean. So we do this, and we do this. Yeah, it definitely has its drawbacks, but I mean, I think at least I've been engaging with it a lot less than I should have this whole time. Wait, let me get food. 1 second. We need to do a little bit of nepotism. Let's figure out what I want to eat. What is good here? Does anyone know what is good here? Presumably I want to lean towards like something chickeny here. When is the deadline for me to... Sorry, we are getting money through some very legal means right now. Okay, I'll put this on the second monitor so as not to like fuck up the stream, but like, yeah. I'll wait for other people. What's up, Slappy? I am continuing the big rewrite pile. See the problems less as a student unless you're publishing? Yeah, I imagine like, it's at least like, it's definitely something that like matters a lot less if you're just like, if you're just there for the degree and like if you kind of isolate yourself. But yeah, I think like at the PhD level it starts, I would imagine it starts getting a little bit annoying. There we go. Okay. So this is all cleaned up. What else do we want to do? This is fine. What type is this again? This is a really ugly pair? Okay, yeah. There's a reason we're doing this like this then, actually. What is res supposed to be again? Oh, we want the value. Okay, so then here, res push back, stood move, aye. And we move param, like that. Okay. So that looks about right. You deal with other people and things? Yeah, I mean, dealing with people kind of sucks, but at the same time I feel like maybe I'm just like really freaking isolated and I like sit in my room all day and like only interact with people like for 3 hours a day, but like it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice talking to people. Like everyone's so smart, honestly. Like, yeah. I think like the whole checkmark based economy is probably not a good thing, but I don't really see a particular way around it. So it's like, yeah. Although like one of the professors that I like really looked up to, they were at the conference yesterday, and like one of the topics that came up was like the PhD experience, and like they mentioned that like it was a very checkmark based economy. Like in theory you could just be done with your PhD if your reviewers just immediately signed off on it. Like you could theoretically be done with it, but that's not gonna happen ever, right? So like one of the things that they mentioned was like the bar to signing off on everything like goes down substantially if you have something like lined up already for next year, right? So like yeah, so it's like if like if you present yourself as like, oh yeah, like this is the cool research stuff, this is like the paper I've been working on, oh by the way I also have a job lined up for 3 months later, the framing goes from like, I don't think you're ready yet, to like, oh, we got to get you out of here, let's figure out how to do that. The chillest guy I had during my time doing research was a furry. I mean, like, we joke about this, but like, you look at the entire like Rust community, and like there's like this whole stereotype, and it's like, are you live on Twitch? I'm not. I'm trying to keep everything compartmentalized to YouTube at least, because I don't really like Twitch as a platform, and also like I used to stream like esportsy stuff there, so it feels a little bit odd to, I guess, pivot there. It also just like makes production really annoying, because then I have to like figure out how to like dual stream. And like YouTube lets me, I think, generate a better platform overall, or at least keep a more coherent platform all in one place. Are you live on Discord? I can be. I don't make money on Discord though, so I will not be live on Discord. Maybe I should make TikToks. Maybe I should do that. Anyway, that's a future concern for me. It's very much not like that here, really. Like I assume you're talking about like the whole attitude towards graduation thing. Okay, how many to-dos do I have left? We cut out 4 of them there, so that's good. Please bleach this. This will not get bleached. Okay, so we need to figure out how to map basic blocks, or at least how to add like edges properly. Yeah, this seems like something. This was something that I struggled with before. Yeah, like cyclical basic block dependencies were very annoying. Or like creating an edge to a basic block that doesn't exist yet was a really big problem. Yeah, so the way I managed it before was I made like a mapping from basic blocks to like their successors. We might still have problems with this though, so I need to figure out how I want to map that. So we have like function level mappings, we have like variable level mappings, I guess. Yes, these are expert, these are like scope related. Okay, let's add one more level here, which is like basic block level. I know that like I should not be we should not be unordered mapping everything known to humankind, but oh well, we will deal with this. What do we even call this? Like basic block to what do we even call this? We could do like basic block to ID or something. I don't know. This is getting really awful. How do you feel about this whole module thing in C++ being bolted on like scavenger run in a movie? I don't know what you're referring to actually. Oh, like the new the alternative module system. I think I looked at it once, almost threw up, and never looked at it since. Yeah, like what are we doing? Yeah, I mean, like, I imagine a lot of the job stuff is like ingest, but like, yeah, I think it's like at least the amount of like the threshold that they care about it, I think, goes down a little bit. At least just like perceptually. Yeah, what are we doing here with modules? I think this title is pretty funny. Yeah, I don't understand the point of this at least. Anyways, let's move the food to the side. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, before I get sidetracked by food again, I'm gonna get back to work here. Let's see. Okay, had to. What type of food? This type of food. Yeah. Actually, I'm hitting order now. There's nothing you can do about it. Let's look at the meals. I'm getting hungry. Yeah, like it is the committee, but like if you, I don't know, if you're like homies with the committee, I think that helps a little bit. Okay. Anyways, before I get far too sidetracked by food again, I'm actually like big and greedy right now. I'm like, oh my god, I want to bulk. Anyways, so we're trying to map basic blocks here. What's up, JMac? Okay. We have this basic block edges resolution thing. We need a way to track basic blocks. I remember doing this in like my MIR thing. I was not very happy with my MIR thing because it was really ugly. Yeah, it was not good. It was like this really ugly. Yeah, we had like indices or something. It was so stupid. Do not do this. When your data structures look like a vector of pair of something to another vector, you know something has gone really wrong. Let's see. Yeah, I don't have a great idea for this. Because basic blocks are like a completely new construct that we've created, pretty much. So, yeah, I don't know how to map this properly. The idea, so we make all the basic blocks and then we like connect them up later, because some basic blocks don't exist yet when we make the terminators for the previous basic block. So we just set them to null and then we update them as we go. Maybe we could do like a connect to previous block thing. I don't think there's an instance where we jump ahead. No, we do. We definitely do. Let's see. Yeah, how do we do this? Yeah, this is a lot harder when I don't have like labels, for instance. I guess the case I'm not concerned about is like straight line stuff. The case I'm concerned about is if we have like nested if statements. So like if foo, and then we have like if bar, and then like we'd call A here, B here, and then like C here. And then these all like join up at the same block. It's like, how do we figure out this block at least? Ghost, you're actually gonna make me hungry. Like this is dangerous. This is super dangerous. Yeah, how do I want to connect this? This doesn't seem very fun. Yeah, I'm really struggling here. If we just had labels, we could like make basic blocks from those labels, but we don't really have labels anymore, which causes a big problem. Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Let's see. Maybe we could like make a stack or something just to store it state temporarily instead of like doing this weird mapping thing. We could make a counter, and then every time we make a block, we connect everything that depended on that block. But then we don't know the count beforehand, so that causes a problem. Oh man. Okay. Let's just like figure this out case by case, I think. Yeah, we already mapped the function type. And then is that all of the stuff we need to do mapping here? I think so, right? That should all be good. Yeah, we have function IDs, we have function types. That should be good. Okay. So those we have to deal with eventually. Yeah, this is really throwing me for a loop, actually. Okay. I guess we could start with the return block, I think. That's like the most we don't make a damn return block yet. Maybe we should make the return block first, and then we can like make the blocks in like reverse order almost. And then we can construct the program back to front almost. That might actually work better. I have to figure out more logistics. 1 second. Okay. Anyways. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm really struggling to figure out what I want to do here. So this is probably fine. Maybe reverse order would have been nicer, but I think forward is probably good. Can you go back and pass the labels on? I don't make labels in the at the AST though, is the problem. This is kind of one of the things that like having HIR did, I guess, resolve a little bit, but it just doesn't really work here because I don't support labels in the front end proper, or in like the AST. Are you working on your own language, or are you implementing a compiler for an existing language? I'm making a compiler for C. Sorry, I'm getting like super sidetracked. I should not be doing that. Yeah, I don't think this backwards thing really works, to be honest. I guess like, most of these things we can kind of understand like sequentially. Like we could keep track of like previous block in like a stack or something. I don't know. This is really annoying. So let me just like try to draw out the problem. So like we have this block here. So a basic block is like a straight line sequence of instructions, if you're not familiar with that. The idea is we can like model control flow with these, and then let's say here we have like a branch, right? So like this is like an if statement, like if something is true, then like we go here, otherwise we just fall through, and then this like directs back there, so on and so forth. The problem is we're making these, I guess, in this direction pretty much when reading through the program. So we haven't made the next basic block yet, which means we can't like make the pointer to it yet, I guess. So like it might seem simple to just like keep track of like basic block every time you make one, like link it to the previous, but then you get to like these sorts of control flow structures which cause problems. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of the big problem I'm running into right now, at least. Yeah, previously I've just been like making these without the edges and then figuring out like the edges at some point in the future. But I don't know how to keep track of that properly. I really don't want to like index by strings or something. That would be really annoying. How does LLVM manage this again? I know it has like a basic block builder, or it has like a IR builder, which I think would handle this for it. Our lowering thing is kind of a builder in and of itself, so I imagine there's some way to abstract it out, but this is annoying at least. Yeah, this is actually like super annoying. Maybe we could worry about branching control flow in a second. We could like start by figuring out straight line then maybe, or like return at least. Let's just start with a mapping. From like some sort of number to like some sort of basic block. Yeah, we'll do a basic block putter. We'll just do that. I don't know. So then, crap. Where do we make the return block? I guess we kind of implicitly make it. So we can kind of just like make that as 0. And then we can keep a counter here, which is like basic blocks, or I guess like cur basic block ID. And then we need to initialize that. somewhere. But we'll see if this even like works in theory before making changes in places that I will forget about. So let's start with return. So then cur. Yeah, let's do it like down here. So at yeah, we want the okay, that maps to the basic block, and then we want something to map, I guess, like actually, yeah, this should be basic block IDs. And then we want to map from the actual instructions that need these. So Terminator start to, I guess, a list of uint 64T. And this should be basic block edges, potentially. One second. Okay. So let's do basic block edges at, I guess, branch get equals 0, which will just be the index of the default one. We'll just do that. Yeah, and then we can figure out what to do to make basic block. Yeah, that'll be very annoying. So then, yeah, con branch. So this, I guess anything with conditional branching is gonna be annoying. So the problem is like we might have recursion, which will like be annoying. So let's start with this. So that should be cur basic block ID +1, right? Because one of the blocks goes one way. And then we need to make the block. So the making the block will use up the current ID. So the next one is +1 here. You need to do this. Oh man. Yeah, how do we even do this properly? We'll just do this. We need that maybe. Yeah, so we can do that, I guess, to keep that because we're going to be moving this in there. So then we can make this conbur putter. After we make the true branch, I guess the false branch. Oh, that's really annoying. Yeah, that's really annoying. That's very annoying. Respect the grind, bro. Thank you. I'm struggling, but I appreciate it a lot. Actually, this is probably fine. Yes, because then the next block is necessarily... Yeah, because this, we visited the body. So then we can definitely do this. So that should be current +1. Let's also do... let's do this real quick. So we do that. And then basic block, edges, or not edges, IDs at curve, basic block, ID++. Yeah, so we want that. So that maps it to basic block IDs, and then it increments current basic block ID. So with that, now we can continue doing this slush. So, actually, we could do it like this. So we've already made it here, so we can do this. And then here we've made it, so then we can do... This is gonna be really ugly, so we can do a ternary operator inside of this, because we love ugly code here. So if it has a false branch, then it's the current block. It's gonna be the current block anyway, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah. But this is like really ugly code at least, so I don't really like this. Yes, we're writing a to-do to write a comment. This is the state of affairs in this world. Yeah. So we have con branch. Let's actually just make this like T branch. We'll just simplify these names a little bit. Yeah, so we're gonna need that after we make the basic block. And then this should be null putter for now. This should be F branch putter. Oh, we can't do auto here. God damn it. Ah. Okay. Can I just do F branch putter equals F for get? Does that work? No, because auto is not enough here. Yeah, okay. So we have to do that then. Oh, you weren't here for the answer. I am making a compiler for C. So I'm going from C to x86-64 right now. Okay, let me actually figure out food. Okay, I actually gotta figure this out real quick before I get yelled at. Let's see. Let's get a mule. Let's get that. Okay, I'll just take a screenshot of that. That will be easier. Okay. Have you used Bison or Lux during this? I have not, but I'm using a different parser generator. I'm using Pectool because I'm somewhat familiar with it, and I don't want to write a parser by hand. It's a template header only parser generator. Okay, anyways, let's figure this out for a second. Yeah, okay. So yeah, what is the best way to associate this? Okay, so we keep the pointer so we can associate this later. So this would go at the end here, I'm fairly sure. I guess we could put this here as well. So false branch, footer. Actually, we could just auto here, right? Because we don't care about it outside. Yeah, so we can do that. What am I doing here? I guess we don't need to... No. Actually, this is probably fine then. We don't even need this then. Yeah, so that should be good. So that maps the false branch properly to the next block. But we need... let's do the true block real quick. So we want that. Or we could even... this sucks. Okay, I want to do it this way just so I can standardize it a little bit and help readability in a sense. So we can do that. That associates. I've been putting off making an assembler. Yeah, assemblers are hard. Assemblers are really difficult. Pectool is like fine. It's been really funny learning that there are features that trivialize very large swaths of my code. But yeah, I don't even know if I'd suggest it. Honestly, like with parsing, just do whatever you want at this point. I think that's kind of the only way to go about it. Okay, yeah. So this, yeah, so let's do it this way. So then, so then, Yeah, how do we want to organize this better? I guess this kind of thing is kind of working. Let's move this up here instead. So this is con to true. This is con to false or cont. So I guess we don't need to explain it then. So this we want to push back cur basic block ID. Sorry. Okay. So then this all should be fine from here, I think. School project? Oh, okay. That sounds simultaneously better and worse. If it was like, if you were trying to like meet actual spec, I think it'd be miserable. But at the same time, I think it being school like puts a lot of time pressure, right? Like that doesn't seem fun in its own way as well. Okay, so we have, so con to true, we have con to whatever else. And then this should be, or maybe we could, is it bad style to like do one big inline comment as well? We can do that. So that's false to cont. This should be true to cont. Oh, we need to make that as well. It just occurred to me. Oh, we do it here. I see. That's, yeah, okay, that makes sense actually. Yeah, okay. This makes complete sense. So let's do it like that. This can also just be this. Yeah, so we're gonna do that. So that's consistent. This is fine, this is fine. Full toolchain, assembler, linker, and emulator. Oh wow. Wait, that's crazy for a class. That's really cool. Yeah, like damn. I don't think our compilers class was ever that comprehensive. It's all just like, it's all very much back-end heavy and a little bit of middle end and like a little bit of front end. How do you find interest in compiler design? I took a class in college and I thought it was cool. It covered like the front end and the back end of a compiler as opposed to like the optimizer, but I still thought it was like really interesting. I thought that it was cool how it combined like PL stuff along with like system stuff, as well as some like software engineering and like, what's it called? Some like theory / algorithms. I think those are all kind of like what makes computer science cool for me. So it was just really cool seeing like a field that I guess included all of that in one place. Okay, so we can get rid of these to-dos now. Yeah. We don't need this anymore. Yeah, okay. So now we need to figure out while. We need to figure out how the hell we're gonna do this. Oh yeah, we also need to like wrap up the previous block as well in some way. I think we do that. I don't remember if we do though. I guess we don't need to for if, but it matters for these loops at least. Yeah, so we can do this. can call that prev. So then this should be conbur. And then this should be, I don't know, body bur? Sure, we'll call it that. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. That can be arranged. Yeah, and then we start with a clean basic block, and then life is good. Okay, so let's... I think we could start with this, at least. Or maybe we could do conbur get. Because I think there's only like... Or there's two places this could be, actually. So we do want conbur putter. So conbur get. Let's do that. So that's fine. So cond to I think this is body. Yeah. We also want prev to... Let's actually just write all the comments out real quick. Actually, we could just do this even. So edges at prev get equals this plus 1. Unless we standardized it in some way, I don't think we do like a plus 1 anywhere else. Yeah, we should probably standardize it then. Yeah, so we'll do that. Okay, nice. And then yeah, we can do it that way. That cleans up our code a little bit, or at least tries to make it a little bit readable, a little bit more readable. Yeah, so we can do this. We can make that condition branch. So we do this. So cond to body, and then we need to figure out cond to cont, I guess. It's probably like here, or okay, so this is body to cond. Yeah, okay. So this is like the fall through. So this goes to the condition, this goes to the body, this goes back to the condition, and this is the fall through / continue. Okay, so we can get rid of these to-dos now. Okay, let's yoink that. So this should be body bur putter. So that goes to not that, but this is cond bur putter. This should push Yeah, we should push this back. And then this should be I guess we could keep a temporary here. Yeah, we can do that. And this should be cond basic block ID. Yeah, okay. This is very messy, but I mean it's more manageable than before. Yeah, okay. So now all we need to do is actually like tie the edges together, and I think we should be in a pretty solid state. I'm clicking things. Okay. Yeah, I'm tired. Let's try to be brisk with the rest of this. So we want to figure out how to resolve all of this now. We also need to initialize that in the constructor real quick. I hit N, so I lost where I was. That's really annoying. So we have that. Cur basic block ID is 1. Because 0 is reserved for the return block. We should probably map that as well, real quick. Which lives in... Where does this live? Where does this live again? It lives here, okay. Do we ever close the basic block at all? Do we even make that? We don't even make the return block. Lower, or make return block. Actually, yeah, this is fine. We can do it in this order. So we visit the body, that cleans all of that up. Does it? No, it doesn't quite, actually. Actually, yeah, it doesn't quite. That is really annoying. Because we do need to like close the block, I think. Yeah. So we should handle this distinctly from just the visitor. But we can yoink all of this stuff real quick. So let's do that. And then want to do that maybe? I don't know. So we have that, and then yeah, I don't even remember how I wanted to close the final thing. I think it should just jump to the return block. Yeah, so we need to handle this separately. Yeah, and then we should just generate a branch, I believe. That's kind of how we want to handle this, I think. I think we did this before here, though, somewhere. Close dangling block. Yeah, so we just go to the... We just go here. To the return block. Okay. So then... Yeah, what do we do here? Yeah, so we're gonna do that. Okay. So this is like fine. And then we clean that up. And then, was there anything else that I'm missing? I don't think so. I think that's the big thing that we were missing, at least. That cleans up the final block. So then, yeah, what else do we want to do from here? I think this is sufficient. Yeah, because this all we wanted to do was just close the final block. Yeah. So then, yeah. Okay. So then we can do this like resolve basic block edges thing. We can even get rid of this. What's up, Parsa? Are you using WSL? Yes. I'm using WSL instead of like dual booting or like using a proper VM because I'm lazy. I also have a bit of a Valorant addiction, so we need to preserve Valorant, which means I need Windows. Okay, let's clean this up now. So then this actually should be a little bit less awful because we kind of associate all the blocks now, which is very nice. So then for let's see. How do we want to map this at least? Yeah, what are we doing here? Yeah, like this was really messy. Cause like we had to like translate labels as well. We had to keep track of like a third state. This somehow manages to be less messy. So we want Terminator and edges in basic block edges. Can I? Okay, that's not a thing. So we're gonna do this, and then for auto, let's do edge. I guess ID in edges. We can do something. So then Terminator, or we could do like a dynamic casting, like we did in the original. Yeah, so we did this. But this is very ugly. So we're gonna take inspiration from this only. So we'll shorten that. Shorten that. This should be Terminator. We'll figure out what to do in there in a second. Or actually, we could just do this. I don't know why we needed these IDs again. Although I think there's something that I'm forgetting about. What the hell am I doing here? Oh, we need to add edges. Oh, okay. Oh, what am I doing here? Why did I want to separate this out again? This was very pointless. What's up, Niraj? This actually makes zero sense why I did it like this. I don't know why I had to check twice. Yeah, like this should be fine. Anyways. So this should be... Okay, so we want to set successor to basic block IDs at edges 0, I think. Okay, so let's do the same idea here. We don't need this, honestly. And we can do T successor. Do that. We can do it like this. Everything should be good. I still don't know why I separated this out though. This feels a little bit redundant. Yeah. Oh, actually I know why, because we don't have the block itself, obviously. That does cause a problem, yeah. Maybe we could iterate through the blocks instead of doing it like this. And that might help actually instead. Let's try it like that. So that way we just loop over it once. Yeah, so we can loop through that. Yeah, we literally have this. Yeah, do that. Let's make a T. What's wrong here? Oh, I see. So we can do that. We can do that, I guess. Yeah, okay. So that kind of cleans that up in a sense. And then we can also set successor. Actually, yeah, we should just do it like this. So this should be successor. Right? What's wrong here? Oh. Successor ID, and then this should also be a putter. We also need to just change this type, but we'll worry about that in a second. That's like a future problem at least. Okay. Yeah, so we can do basic block IDs at successor ID. this can be successor, and then basic block. And then we can add edge to successor. Okay, that's good. And then successor get predecessors. And we add edge to basic block. Like that. Okay. So that's actually not that bad, surprisingly. Yeah, so we can do this. So we have this. This is Terminator 0. Maybe we should make this like a helper. Yeah, this is kind of messy. Okay, so we want, I guess, like... Solve, or I guess, like, add edge. Let's see. So we want T, and then we want, I think we kind of just want, yeah, so we want, okay, this actually doesn't modularize well, which is fine. Let's just do it like this. This is fine. So we have this. So instead of this, there should be true successor ID. Or maybe we can just put this in here and it's fine. Yeah, honestly, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, I can do that. Okay, so we can set true successor to T successor. Oh, wait. Cond branch. So I'm gonna do that. Not that. Okay. So now we can yoink this. Linux, not quite. I'm using WSL, which is like... It's like a VM, but not... It's, I guess, Linux emulation. Okay, this should be 1. If I can type. Yes. You are correct. Okay, this should all be correct now, in theory. And all of the to-dos we have left is like stuff that we actually should save as to-do for now. Okay, so this should be done. Let's see. What the fuck? Okay, anyways. What time did I have to go by? It got pushed back. It got pushed back, so I have an hour, which is very nice. Let's keep going. Let's actually try to get this looped into our stuff now. I'm gonna keep this HR directory around for a little bit. Actually, should I? Let's get rid of this as well as all of these for now. We'll see if that deviously breaks anything. This will definitely break things. Let's see how much it breaks. Okay. So let's start with compiler. So this is in driver, compiler. What the okay. So we gotta fix our formatting here because that's part of the big rewrite. So these headers go to the top now. These stay down here. This doesn't exist anymore. This should be AST to MIR. Yeah, okay. So that's fine. And then all the backend stuff is there. Then we have the middle end. That's all good. Okay. So we don't have this anymore. Don't have that anymore. Okay. We'll just slowly trim stuff out of here. So this should just be to MIR. This should take the AST instead. Wait, what? Oh, lower. That's what we called it. God damn it. Okay. Yeah, sure. That actually makes a lot of sense. Okay, and then the rest of this looks like it's fine. Runner. Oh, we need to... Oh, no. What? Where is this linking in? Okay, we'll worry about that in a second. I might have just forgotten to implement something somewhere. But that's an issue for a couple seconds later. Yeah, so we can do that. We don't have this anymore. Okay, we gotta do this by hand. Okay, and then this doesn't exist anymore. Okay. Okay, we're still in trouble. We're still super in trouble. Undefined reference to lower. Oh no. Oh no. Are we in template hell? Is that something that I like messed up somewhere? What the fuck? Unless I like forgot to... Maybe I messed up the build order? No, definitely not. So that's the runner. This is the compiler. Okay. Not even 2 MIR. That's crazy. What? Yeah, why doesn't this link anymore? Oh man, is this something to do with the damn install file? Is that what's going wrong? Let's just add all this real quick. Real quick, let's also... Yeah. Okay. Oh man, I don't wanna I don't wanna deal with CMake. I really don't want to deal with CMake right now. Yeah, this is not gonna be fun. Yeah, like what do I even do with this? I know this all exists. So I think something is going wrong in my CMake. That's really annoying. I know we did some like really messy stuff here as well. This makes little sense, at least to me. What is happening here? Let's look at this. Let's look at this more closely. What version do we care about? I don't think it matters. I don't want to do CMake. I really don't want to do CMake right now. No. No. Okay, I'm actually just gonna throw this into an LLM. I really don't want to think about this right now. So let's pull up Claude. I need to change Claude accounts real quick. Okay, that is me. Okay. Let's see. I think it's a CMake issue. Oh, wait. What file was this again? Is this? Are we kidding me? Okay. Are we stupid? Okay. This is not helpful. Okay. Fuck Claude, this is not helpful. Yeah, we're just gonna stare at this for a while as well. Let's see. What is this install targets? When was this added? Deprecated. Okay. Great. Okay, so we want do I need to install the libraries actually? Oh, I might need to install the libraries. That's the big thing that I might even be missing, right? No, wait, do I do this though? Yes, I do. Man. Yeah, I don't think Cloud would be able to give context if I'm just pasting it in. So, it's also just like uninteresting to do that. Yeah, so we are installing everything. Maybe if we don't do, or actually, oh wait, okay, wait. Yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense. I should figure out the distinction. At least. We'll just start the overview. Yeah, sure, that makes sense. Yeah, how does that work anyway? Sure, okay, that makes sense. Okay, that also makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. See, this makes little sense to me, you know. I guess maybe I should move this thing over as well. Was it this that what had the big explainer? Let's see. This mentioned passing it. Yeah, so dash dash prefix. So we can just do it here in theory. So maybe this will clean it up as well. Or make clean. Oh wait, that still doesn't work. Okay. Wait, so this isn't even like an install thing anymore. Yeah. Alright, make build. Sorry, apologies if I'm not like commentating a lot. I'm just genuinely trying to figure out what's happening here. Yeah, what is going wrong here? Okay, let's look at like Pop Atom for instance. Oh, do I need to namespace these? There's no way that's what it is, right? Oh my god, it is. Why the fuck do these need namespace specifiers? So then what's the point of this? What is the point of this? Like, what? What was the point then if we have to specify anyway? That's really dumb. Okay, well that's fine. Or what if we just... What if we did this then instead? Maybe, yeah, maybe this is the correct way to do it actually. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, so that did not solve anything. Somehow. Lower is missing for some reason. Oh man, what the fuck? So this rewrite thing did not do what I wanted it to. So do we still have to... What? Like, this should be fine. We literally do this properly. What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay. That's so irritating. So do I just need to do this then? That's really annoying. So is this literally what I have to do? It really is? Are we serious? That's so stupid. That actually irritates me so much. I just wanted to denest this. I don't... Doesn't... I don't think it's supposed to. Using should just like make it... This should just be like namespace from here down. At least. You know? Maybe that's fine though. Yeah, but it should be local to the file, so everything there should resolve properly. Yeah, so like this file works perfectly fine. But then, I guess maybe mixing these causes problems, or mixing globals. That seems like what's causing it to break at least. It's like, why is lower missing? Do I really have to specify that there? No, okay. So let's fix all of these then, I guess, which is really stupid. But I mean, it seems like it wants me to do that. So I mean, what can I say? So the C++ files specifically need to have this thing work. That's really annoying. So this should fix like some more things. Oh, this is really irritating now. Wait, so why can't I just do that? I think this is a better question to ask Claude. Why does this result in linker errors? Sorry. Let's. Oh, wait, that's a thing? Wait, but we define it in a header. What? What the f- Wait, what? This isn't even about inlining. So given the current header, why does the namespace block work, but using namespace doesn't? What did I do? Wow, that's so stupid. Thanks. Okay, so I do need the namespace block. That's so dumb. That's actually so irritating to me. Like we cannot be for real here. I don't know if this is true or not though. What? That's so stupid. This doesn't even make sense to me. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. The whole reason I cared about this is to denest. So we're gonna add these back, which is fine. We'll just have to do that real quick. Let's start with utils. We're gonna change the formatting a little bit though. We're gonna go back to claim format. We'll de-indent that. There we go. We should keep the make file changes, I think, though. Or we could worry about that in a second. Okay, we're like slowly working backwards to end up with like just LLVM formatting at this point, which I think is really funny. So we'll rewrite these slowly. I guess this does have the benefit of like fixing our headers as well, so I can't really complain that much. So we can do that. That kind of works out. Huzzah. Okay. Yeah, so we'll just do this to be consistent with it. This is so dumb. That's actually so dumb. I guess like I'm sure there's like a real reason for it, but like, God, that irritates me. Okay, what am I doing there? What's up, Rish? Yeah, this is not going great. So do I have to like... I don't think I have like over specified anywhere in there at least. Definitely not in there. So maybe in here we have problems. And we can do this now, I think. Sure, okay. That works. Yeah, okay. We'll just deal with that, that's fine. I'm already getting lazy to type, we're already copying things. Okay. Format. Do-do-do. These were fine, I think. Yeah, all of these were fine. I think the parser was where we ran into the most issues, though. Yeah, this is my life now. This is what I have to do forever. Okay. We need to do more of this, I think. I think this we can keep, actually. I think that is fine. Because we're just calling that namespace. Yeah, okay, this is fine. I think this level specification is fine here. I think it makes sense for that file specifically. Okay, now we get to have fun. Let me just make sure this is comprehensive. I forgot to format this. This is good. That's good. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. We did all the utils. Yeah. Okay. So now... Okay, the preprocessor we also did. So it is just the parser now, which... This is hell. Yeah, we don't need to qualify that anymore. So this is where we have to start, like, fixing our code base. Okay, that does need to be externed. Wow, that is a crazy way that works though. That irritates me to no end. Okay, so then namespace front end. We'll do this again. I'm sure this is exactly what everyone wanted to see on stream instead of like actual code, you know, because who would want to like watch someone actually write a program, you know, instead of dealing with namespaces. Okay. Anyway, enough complaining. This is almost done. One brings the namespace to you, the other brings you. Oh, actually, when you word it like that, that makes so much more sense. Wow, wait. Wow, wait. That actually is... I'm pinning this. That's actually such a good explanation. Yeah, it's actually like, it's actually bars, holy shit. Okay. So now make build. Please work. Get value, I forgot. What? Where the hell does this live? Okay. This is an AST instruction. What? Wait, am I tripping? What the f... Are we serious? What? Wait, why is this going wrong? The fuck? Are you studying this on your own or from school? This is just completely on my own. Independent from like research stuff. This is so mysterious. Wait. Oh, wait, we didn't implement it. Okay, this is not mysterious anymore. Okay. So this goes here. What the f did I do? What? Oh my god. Okay. Okay, so we can do that. Let's go back here. So this goes up here. Okay, there we go. First try. Okay. So make install. Okay, that looks like it works. Oh, I don't want it to install all that, but what? Okay, that's not good. Okay, well, we get to figure this out next time. So this is, turns out we do need name scopes. That is a really good way of thinking about it, though. I'm keeping that. I'm keeping that for future use. While we're at it, let's see if we can skip installing some stuff as well. Specifically the tests. Or the test runner, at least. I guess we don't necessarily install it, which is fine then. That's good. So what happens if we bring J32 back? Oh, we already did. Okay, nice. Fix makefile to separate install stuff. Okay. How do we format all again? What's up, Mike? I gotta head out soon, so I'm gonna format all and then we're gonna call it a day, I think. I'll just do this. Let's see, because we have more format rules to enforce across everything. Alright, this is all source. Okay. Took a nice 3-day break. Yeah, I do feel refreshed, and I also went to a research conference and I said hi to Matt Godbolt. It was really cool. Matt, if you're watching this, hello. I wouldn't imagine you are, but yeah. Okay. What did we do here? My new format rules. Okay. I think that is good for now. What's up, Lane? Yeah, Godbolt is a fire last name. Matt Godbolt, the guy that made this website. But yeah, we'll find out if this passes checks. I don't speak a lick of C++. Yeah, I mean, C++ is not fun. Oh my, more formatting issues? Are we serious? This has to be a bug. Or something. I don't know. Anyway, we'll worry about this next time. Is Bjorn's book a good place to begin? It probably is. Bjorn is smart. Yeah, I gotta head out now. One of my friends is waiting for me, so yeah. Like the stream, sub to the channel if you haven't. Join the Discord if you haven't. That's in the description. It's the best place to get pinged when I go live and stay connected with everyone else. My GitHub is down there as well if you want to add me there. My LinkedIn is down there, although I haven't been on that in a second. I have like 50 connections that I need to like accept, but I'll get around to that. And my GitHub sponsors is there if you want to give me money. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym now and do the rest of the stuff I needed to do at night. Take care, y'all. Take it easy. And I will see you all tomorrow for real.